All right, let's roll. Good afternoon, everyone. Call to order our city council meeting. We'll have a roll call. Ms. Adams?
Mayor Clea McCaw.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Carolyn Humphrey.
Present.
Councilmember Faye Jackson. Councilmember Ken Kilmery.
Present.
Councilmember Angelica Landry.
Present.
Councilmember Brian Myers.
Present.
Councilmember Mark Rodriguez.
Present.
Mr. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll have our invocation by Mr. Graham Yost of Thunder Mountain Community Church, and our pledge of allegiance will be done by Councilman Myers. Please stand.
Where do you want me to go, Mr. Mayor? Wonderful.
I'll choose this one. All right, let's pray together.
Yes, sir.
Father, thank you for this chance to be able to come together in a public place and to pray, to reach out to you, Lord, and to inquire of you and to ask for your guidance and for your presence. And I ask for tonight that your Spirit would be here among us and you would give wisdom and discernment to the decision makers here. And you would bring unity and oneness of heart with the people and the leaders, and let our community continue to grow. And I want to ask, Lord, that you would continue to make this a safe and a thriving town, that you would bring a peace over this town. You would keep our schools and our children safe, and you would continue to bring people here who are ready and willing to make a difference, that love you and that will serve you, and that will turn our town more and more into a place that is good to live. And I love you, and I pray these things, and I ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Good evening, everybody. Please face our flag and join me as I recite our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Councilman Myers. And we'll have item number 1, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that the agenda for the regular city council meeting of August 28th, 2025 be approved as written.
Second.
Been properly moved in second. We have discussion items. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing none, seeing none, is passed. We'll go to our presentations for tonight, the 2025 Excellence in Procurement Award. Will staff report, Ms. Lee?
Mr. Mayor, members of council, thank you for having me here today. I'm here to accept the award along with my staff. I want to introduce them all. Melania Armendariz, David Garcia, and Debbie Felix. This is our third year receiving the National Procurement Institute's Achievement and Excellence in Procurement Award. We won it in several categories, including procurement ethics, transparency, professional development, performance measures, centralized procurement authority, a comprehensive P-card policy, certifications, education, best value procurement, and cooperative strategy. Give a special shout out to Ms. Kenny Downing. She was our chief procurement officer for a majority of our application period. But I just want to give a special shout out to the staff here. They do an excellent job for us every day. They really churn out a lot of work in a very short amount of time, and they really help the city keep running.
Congrats again. And we go to item number 2. Oh, city manager report, sir. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mayor McCaw, members of the council. Reminder first that city offices will be closed Monday, September 1st, this coming Monday, in observance of Labor Day. And as a result, refuse pickup will change. The Monday refuse pickup will move to Tuesday. Tuesdays will move to Wednesday, and then back on regular schedule then Thursday and Friday. Your next work session is scheduled for the 9th of September, 3 p.m. here in the council chambers, and that's a normal update work session. And of course, we're working on a couple of other items to discuss with you at that point. And then your next regular meeting is scheduled for the 11th of September, 5 p.m. Also here in the council chambers. And Chief, do we have that coordinated with the 9/11 ceremony?
I don't know.
Yeah, I just thought about asking you about that. So
It's at 6 p.m.
that's at 6. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Usually at 6.
we'll be done by then.
Okay.
All right.
Everyone
Yeah,
talk
let's
fast,
talk
listen
fast.
fast.
Vote fast.
Vote fast.
It is 9/11, so there is observance. Okay, a few projects. We're out for proposals for employee health benefits broker and consultant. Proposal conference is scheduled also for September 11th, with proposals due October 3rd. This is very important because these folks have a lot to do with the quality of benefit service that employees get, and I'm hoping to get some interest out there in competition for that particular service. Request for proposals for elevator maintenance services, which is a potential intergovernmental services agreement with Fort Huachuca, and for our own elevator services. These proposals are due September 15th. And then finally, the Sierra Vista Municipal Airport Apron and Taxiway J Rehabilitation Project has been awarded to Pavix, and the contract is in the process of being finalized. And that's all I have tonight. Thank you, Mayor McCaw.
Thank you, sir. Are there comments for our city manager? None. We'll move on. Item number 2, Councilman Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Mayor, I move that the consent agenda, consisting of the minutes of the work session of August 12, 2025, and the regular city council meeting of August 14, 2025, resolution 2025-065, the acceptance of the deed for dedication of roadways from Castle and Cook, Arizona, Incorporation, East Buffalo Soldier Trail, Ben Franklin Boulevard, and Francis Lewis Street. Resolution 2025-066, acceptance of the deed for the conveyances of properties to the city from Castle and Cook, Arizona Incorporation, and Resolution 2025-067, granting of water easement to Arizona Water Company be approved.
Second.
Been properly moved in second. Any discussion items?
Comments,
Sir.
Mr. Mayor? We almost passed over items 2, 3, and 4. I thought they were a little bit more substantive than was appropriate for a consent agenda. Several, particularly me, had some questions about it even after reading the material. So in the future, I would like to, understand the meeting minutes, et cetera, but having something more substantive like that be put into the new business for us to vote and open each item for discussion, either during the work session or during the regular session.
Mayor McCaw, members of the council, we do, a lot of these items are meant to be routine, but we need to recognize we do have 2 new council members, so we'll try to be more careful to make those, regular business items as opposed to consent agenda until you get a better feel for.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just to add, normally he would have asked, it was just an accident that.
Oh, yeah, I
I
know,
think you
I
just
recognize that.
Or just
And normally there would have been discussion if you had, which you did have a question about. So, yeah, just in the future.
That's my fault.
That was just a one-time fluke, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was because this is part of the city manager's report.
No.
Oh, no, it was an accident.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My fault.
Not on Ken's watch. Not on Ken's watch. Not happening.
Any more discussion items? Everybody ready for the vote? All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing none, seeing none, it's passed. We will go to our new business. Item number 3, Councilman Landry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that Resolution 2025-068, update to the Sierra Vista Municipal Airport Master Plan be approved.
Second?
It probably moves second. Staff report, Ms. Fasar.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, our consultant Kaufman and Associates was here at the work session on Tuesday and gave an in-depth presentation. Chandra Burks from Kaufman and Associates is on the phone today and will provide a brief overview of what we discussed on Tuesday. So Chandra, can you hear us? No?
Oh, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Okay, great. Well, good evening again, Mr. Mayor and council members. As Sharon said, my name is Chandra Burks. I'm an airport planner with Kaufman Associates. I gave a presentation the other night to council during the work session regarding an update to the airport master plan. But just to kind of quickly recap some of that information, my firm was hired by the city of Sierra Vista in late 2023 to complete an update to the airport's master plan. That plan and the associated airport layout plan, or ALP, are documents that are required by the Federal Aviation Administration in order for the city to then be eligible to receive federal grant funding for airport capital projects. Master plans are updated about every 10 years or so. The last master plan for Sierra Vista Municipal Airport was completed in 2014, so this is a timely update to that previous study. As far as the master plan itself goes, we're considering a 20-year planning horizon. So we have evaluations on potential aviation activity that could occur at the airport in the future, as well as facility improvements that may be necessary over that 20-year time frame. The master planning process was an intensive, almost 2-year effort that involved close coordination with a planning advisory committee, and that included representatives from the city of Sierra Vista, the FAA, ADOT's Aeronautics Group, and then we also had personnel from Libby Army Airfield that were involved with that committee. But it's also important to note that even though those folks were involved, this master plan is a civilian planning document. And any projects that are eligible for FAA funding assistance must show a clear general aviation benefit, and they also have to be justified by the FAA. Throughout this planning process, we held a total of 4 of those planning advisory committee meetings, and we also held 3 public meetings before we arrived at a final recommendation for the airport's future development. That future plan is included as the official airport layout plan. But I also do want to point out that the plan does not oblige the city or the FAA to pursue any of those projects that are listed or to allocate funding for those projects. Those decisions are made during annual airport capital improvement program meetings, and those are held by the city, the FAA, and ADOT, and then the airport's on-call engineer. And during those meetings, they set short-term priorities and identify funding needs and sources. So now, just to kind of wrap this up, we are in the final stage of this entire process. And so we are seeking approval tonight of the master plan locally with City Council. And after we have that, we will submit the airport layout plan drawing set to the FAA for their review and approval. So that's just kind of a short little recap of what I talked about on Tuesday. Any follow-up questions?
Yes. Follow-up questions? Yes, sir.
Oh, I do. I can go first?
Yes.
All right. Hi, thanks for being on the line. This took a while to digest, as probably everybody can imagine. It's 300 pages, but got through it successfully, made my notes. So I just had some comments. For the website, where it says the public meetings, the last one on the website is May 2nd, 2024. The rest say TBD, like they're still going to happen. So that probably needs to be changed.
Yes, thank you for pointing that out. Yes, we did have a public meeting in July as well, and obviously that was an oversight to not get that website updated as well, so thank you.
No problem. I just want people, if they go there, to not be, think that there's something else they missed or there's something else coming up. And just looking at the project itself, right, on page 1.4, it talks about the airport technician, and looking forward, we probably would, as that airport gets busier, I'm sure we'll need a different position that's actually someone that's there at the airport every day, right? Because as things start happening, to have a lot more oversight. Obviously now it's been sleepy in these past years, so it's definitely, Public Works can handle it, but I think looking forward, it's probably going to be something that should be in there as that airport does get busier, I would assume, I hope. And then on page 1.6, there was the grants and project descriptions. someone that just said like, in that little chart, I think it'd be beneficial if we put like what that money was actually used for, because it just says like, in the category where it says like CARES Act, general fund, like general ARPA, just like, if there's something that we actually can tie to it where it says description, because to me, that's not a project description, that's just where the funds came from. So that might be a little confusing for somebody who's reading that. And then, I think, and then when it talked about the NDB on page 117, it talks about how it's 55 nautical miles or something like that away from Sierra Vista. Just, if we could actually put where that is, because I wouldn't want anybody to have to break out a map and a compass and say where 54 nautical miles away is. I'm assuming somewhere near Tucson, from the description it says there for that, the beacon. So just, that's the only thing I had. Just little things like that that I've noticed.
Okay.
And then, I know we have some kind of agreement with Border Patrol where they park their vehicles out there. Is that somewhere? I didn't see it in here. And I asked the guys at the airport and there was nothing I saw. I know it's kind of like a handshake maybe or something, but
I don't think it's,
is it in there anywhere or is it?
I think it's written.
So I'm aware of an agreement with Forest Service.
Okay.
Tony, are you familiar with anything related to Border Patrol? I thought Border Patrol currently was all on the Fort side, but that is something that they are interested in having transition over to the city side, because that does not directly impact their military mission.
Okay. I just meant like vehicle parking. There seems to be about 10 or 15 vehicles there normally.
Oh, okay.
They park in the parking lot.
Yeah, okay, sorry, I thought you were talking aircraft.
Oh, no.
Stuff.
And I know eventually in that, looking in the future, on the hopefully 203 acre side, there is one of the options, option 1, 2, or 3, I can't remember, has them set up over there. I just didn't know if there was some in agreement when it says like the parking, because there's one that talks about parking spaces, how many we have available. But if we have an agreement with them as, hey, you guys can use as many parking spots, it should probably be in there as well, I think.
Yeah, I'm not aware that we have any sort of a formal agreement. I know that they use public facility parking lots because they're not allowed to bring their vehicles home.
Yeah, and actually, that's a good question, because before they started parking at the airport, Councilman Rodriguez, they were actually parked here in front and taking all the spaces that the public was using during the day.
Yeah.
Then they matriculated over to Public Works for a while, and that was a problem too. So we finally got it worked out to where they went to the airport instead. And
I mean, I'm not trying to evict them or anything, but I mean, looking forward, I hope we have that problem where like, hey man, we're out of parking spots here.
I would love to have them out there, and I would love to have their facilities there
Right.
too, instead of on the Fort side.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I just wanted to.
then they can pass back.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I think that was all I had. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions, comments? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I really appreciate you guys coming down for the work session and going over that, bringing that presentation. It was a really, really in-depth, a really good presentation to kind of go over and wrap up the master plan process. There was a lot of phases, and each phase had a draft working papers, there was meetings, and then there was always public information workshops where the public could come, they could ask questions, they could see things. So I really appreciate all the work that went into that over such a long time to bring us this master plan, so thank you.
I think we lost her.
Other comments?
I do have one, forgot one.
Sir.
Is she still there?
Is she dropping?
I don't know.
Well, this is like in Iraq, I was trying to call home and it's like.
With the weather, it might, might be getting dicey.
Doesn't sound good.
Chandra, are you there?
Collected by aliens.
Yeah.
Chandra, are you still there? I don't think she's there, man.
I mean, my comment was just about the enterprise thing. It's in there as like, as a amenity, right? And I know they work a deal with like the pilots that land there. Hey, can you bring me a car? But it almost seems like somebody can pull up to the airport now and get enterprise rent a car, and that's not the case. So I don't know how that maybe worded a little bit different, like enterprise rental as needed or as coordinated, because it's not coordinated by our city people or by us. That's a totally different thing. But I don't know. It's just
So
the way it looks. Like if somebody
has to request it.
yeah, like I know that pilots have a thing they call enterprise and say, hey, can you bring me a car because I'm about to land there? But I don't know, maybe it's just worded a little bit different so it doesn't look like we offer enterprise rental car at our airport right now, because we don't. That's the only other comment I had.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, Mark made some substantial comments, and in my mind, particularly the one about we don't have any provisions for a dedicated airport manager in the future when the airport theoretically does become busier. So I'm wondering, should we table the vote for right now if any modifications have to be made to that plan to accommodate some of Mark's comments?
So, just my take on the situation. As Councilman Rodriguez had stated, these are fairly minor revisions that don't impact the project list moving forward or the airport layout plan, which is the part that the FAA is most interested in. So I would say those are changes that can be made that are not going to alter the integrity of the master plan as it exists.
So we can make administrative changes
That's
after
correct.
the fact? Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Sir.
and also Mayor Councilmember Kilmurray, right now, the development side of the airport in terms of business expansion is under Mr. Boone and the economic development section of the city. Ms. Flassar, as Public Works, is in charge of all the infrastructure, and that's why she was the project manager on the master plan.
Right.
So as business warrants and things increase, activity increases. Obviously, having an airport manager is something we'd want to look at, and that's generally handled through the budget process then every year.
And this is airport related, but since is Black Star a permanent? Is going to be a tenant where we can get them on the sign now? Is that in the works? Is that coming soon? So I'd love to see that white space filled up with a little Black Star orbital sign. Thank you. I mean, you don't have to.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You're on it. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it. For all the people, all the thousands of people watching us on YouTube, Mr. Tony Boone is working that sign, so to be legit. Thank you.
As a side note, she is in the, she's back. She was in the waiting room. She was texting me. That's why I was looking down at my phone.
Any other comments? Discussion items? All right. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing none, seeing none, it is passed. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Chandra.
And we go to item number 4, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that Resolution 2025-069, acceptance of construction grant from the Federal Aviation Administration for apron and taxi lane reconstruction be approved.
Second.
Been properly moved in second. Staff report, Mr. Fassar.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, this ends up being a very timely item, given the previous item. Agenda items 4 and 5 are going to be presented together tonight because they're actually for the same project. Difference is number 4 is a construction grant, and number 5 is a design reimbursement grant. The project is a pavement reconstruction and rehabilitation project on the north side of the airfield between the self-serve fuel area and the first bank of hangars, and also between the individual hangar banks. The project has been anxiously anticipated by our general aviation community and will help restore and enhance the pavement condition in these areas. Currently, the pavement is exhibiting signs of distress, including raveling. The raveling can release aggregate, which can lead to aircraft damage, such as chipped propellers. The Federal Aviation Administration has determined this project is eligible for federal funding and has extended grant offers to the city, which will cover about 91% of the project costs. The Arizona Department of Transportation is also expected to offer a state grant, which will contribute 4.5% of the project costs, leaving the city with only a 4.5% match, which totals about $20,000 for the two grants combined. If approved, work is expected to begin later this fall. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions, discussion?
Oh, just a comment.
Sir.
I obviously understanding more and more, so this is all very timely because it's helping us learn, help me learn for sure. There was a comment in the report that said the FAA is changing their stance on when it comes to giving us grants. Is that formula going to change towards now? Right now it's like FAA, state, and then we get that rest of it, which is what we're doing right now. Is there anything coming down the pike about that?
So, Mr. Mayor, Councilman Rodriguez, I believe what this is referring to is a change in the position of the FAA from the last master plan to this one. So one of the things that Chandra had noted in her presentation is for FAA-funded projects, we have to be able to show a clear general aviation benefit. It can have a military benefit as well, but it has to have a clear general aviation benefit. The reason for that is the military has access to their own funding streams for projects that benefit military operations.
Right.
So the FAA is not going to use their federal money
Right.
and give it to Department of the Army for a project that has a military benefit. The FAA will give the city money for projects that have a general aviation benefit. And so I think Kaufman has done a very good job separating that out in the master plan. There was one chart where they showed the critical aircraft for the military and for general aviation.
Great, good, thanks. Because I hope more things like this come, and that was why I asked the question, so thank you. That's all I had.
More discussion items. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing none, seeing none, it is passed. Go to item number 5, Councilman Kumuri.
Mr. Mayor, I move that resolution 2025-070, acceptance of a design grant from the Federal Aviation Administration for apron and taxi lane reconstruction be approved.
Second.
Been properly moved in second. Heard the staff report on item number 4. Any discussion items on item number 5? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing none, seeing none, it is passed. And we have one call to the public. Mr. Steve Conroy is here. Sir, you have 5 minutes. You'll see a green light illuminated. Once it's red, your time has expired. Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon or good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members. I urge you to reconsider the current park proposal for the vacant lot bordered by Fry Boulevard, Fab Avenue, and Veterans Drive. Now, while parks serve a very important recreational need, the West End already has adequate green space. But what we lack is a destination that draws visitors, stimulates economic activity, and positions our community as a regional attraction. Now, every development decision represents a choice. By defaulting to another park, we're choosing a minimal community impact over transformational potential. Now, this prime location deserves a facility that, A, generates foot traffic and brings spending to the West End businesses, creates jobs through construction and ongoing operations, establishes our community as a cultural and education destination, and it leverages existing expertise from our talented residents. Instead of a passive park, now imagine a multi-purpose facility that would combine, for example, a botanical garden and a learning center. We could partner with our master gardeners to create an educational garden featuring native plants, sustainable growing practices, and seasonal programming. And this would draw garden enthusiasts from across the region while teaching environmental stewardship. Another opportunity would be interactive history and an art museum. Showcase our community's unique story through engaging exhibits. Include hands-on discovery areas where children can explore, experiment, and learn. Our local historians and artists are eager to contribute artifacts, expertise, and volunteer time. Another opportunity, again, for community innovation is to provide a flexible workshop space where residents share skills, collaborate on projects, and build connections, host everything from woodworking classes to art workshops, from historical lectures to open mic nights, for example, celebrating our local talent. Now, this approach transforms a maintenance liability into an economic asset, creates destination appeal, and it benefits nearby businesses. It establishes our community as a forward-thinking and builds the social connection that make neighborhoods thrive. So I respectfully request the council to commission a feasibility study for a community cultural center or survey the residents about their preference for the strategic location, explore partnership opportunities with existing community organizations, and to consider the long-term economic development potential of this decision. The West End really deserves a bold thinking that matches our community potential. Let's create something extraordinary that our future generations will thank us for building. Thank you for your consideration and service to our community.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Good to see you. And no more call to the public. And we have our comments and requests from council. We'll start with Councilman Kilmurray.
Nothing this week, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you. Thank you. Councilwoman Landry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to thank everybody who came to the meeting today. It's always nice to see people coming to the meeting. We always appreciate that. I wanted to congratulate the team for the 2025 Excellence in Procurement Award. I think that's awesome that it's the third year in a row, and from what I understand, it's a big process to do that. It takes a lot to apply, and it's a big deal that we would receive that award. So congratulations to everybody, and thank you for their hard work for our city. We really appreciate it. We really, really do. And I also wanted to give a thank you and a shout out to everybody who helped put together the Hummingbird Triathlon event. From planning it, from getting all the sales and setting everything up and the shirts and all of that stuff. It's, I don't know how many years in a row it's been, but it's been quite a few. And so it's always great to see that event and the big turnout that people come from lots of different areas. There was somebody and that I know in Tucson that teaches in Tucson came down with his family. One of his sons is in the swimming team up there in Tucson, and so he brought a lot of his teammates that they all competed, and his family did. One of his sons swam, his wife did the bike, and then he ran. So it was really, really cool to see just people like that come down for that event, and they said they want to come down next year. So that was really, really cool to see, and all of the different athletes that competed there. That was really, really motivating. They're really doing a great job out there. And I wanted to thank all of the officers that came down to help keep everybody safe, and the Cochise County Sheriff's Assist team doing that. One of the main reasons that I liked events like that is because I feel, as a participant, I feel safer knowing that people are watching out for us, making sure that traffic is stopped and there's less of a chance of somebody getting hit by a car. And I really thank everybody for taking the time to do that, and I look forward to doing for that next year. And one of the things that I looked forward to was, after getting the finisher medal, is the one from the Summit Challenge, and actually putting them together, and that was really cool to see how they fit together like that. And I'm not who designed those.
I think Elizabeth did it.
It was Zach with Communications.
Yeah, so shout out to him because those look really cool, and so hopefully that will bring more people, because a lot of people sometimes when they do those events, they do it. That's like a big motivator for them, is to get like the finisher medal. So that was really cool. Look forward to next year. And September is going to be a really busy month. There's a lot of things going on. One of the things that happens every year, the 29th annual Oktoberfest is going to be happening. It'll start on Friday the 12th, and it'll also go on Saturday the 13th. The Saturday morning there's going to be a 5K. So make sure that you sign up. If you don't know anybody that might, I double dog dare you to sign up and do it. You can go to active.com and search for it, and you can sign up for that. And that'll be a great way to start off your weekend. If you're going to have a few beers, then maybe that 5K can kind of balance that out for you. So I definitely back you up if you're doing that. So if you go to the Oktoberfest on Friday and you have a great time and you don't want to go back on Saturday, at the park, there is going to be a special Love Unleashed event. So Saturday the 13th from 8 o'clock to 11, the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Shelter, they invite everybody to a special Loved Unleashed adoption showcase at the dog parks at Tompkins Park. If you don't know, there's two of them. I like when I go to work, driving down Buffalo Soldier, I like to see people with their dogs, like before and afterward. That's always kind of a great way to start and end the day. So they're going to have an event there, so they're going to have a lot of adoptable dogs that can show off their true personalities off leash in various play groups. I know when you go to the shelter, you see the dogs in the kennels, and a lot of times they're scared or they're nervous, and you kind of feel that. And so sometimes you don't really get a feel for what their personality is really like. So seeing them out in the public with other dogs in outside in a different environment, sometimes that can really show you the dog's personality. And maybe there's one that you might have overlooked that's the perfect one for you. So they're going to be in supervised groups. They're going to have splash pools, and the dogs will be doing all kinds of zoomies and stuff. So that'll be fun. Even if you don't want to adopt a dog, or maybe if you might, it'll be a really cool thing to go and see. So there will be volunteers on site to answer any questions. So if there's a dog or two that you're interested in, you can always check with them. So I really recommend you going out there if you know anybody that might be. Dogs love you more than they love themselves. So if you don't have a dog in your life, then this is a great way to find the one for you. And with that, be blessed and blessed be.
Excellent. Thank you, ma'am. Councilman Myers.
Thank you, Mayor. I think it is worth mentioning that 62 years ago today, on August 28th, 1963, the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his iconic I Have a Dream speech at the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., before approximately 200,000 onlookers. Without a doubt, that speech changed America at the time, then and after. Personally, I find that speech to be one of the greatest of our nation's recent history because it was able to change hearts and minds. It changes things still today. Please do yourself a favor and take some time today or soon thereafter to reread it if you haven't in a while. I can assure you that you'll be better for doing so. I reread it myself today. And so how fitting it is that we have our own Martin Luther King Parkway right here in Sierra Vista. And a little closer to home, we're getting closer to fall, my favorite time of the year. For all the decades of my federal service, I always look forward to the Labor Day holiday because it was the start of a long swing of 6 straight months with federal holidays each month. And once this Labor Day hits, it will be March before we go a month without a holiday. September will be full of fun events. This weekend is the 3-day Labor Day holiday weekend. Councilwoman Landry already hit on the Oktoberfest that's coming up on the 12th and the 13th, but we also have the MWR Fun Fest the 19th through the 21st. We also have the Cochise County Fair in Douglas 25th through the 28th. So I would just encourage everyone to have a good time this September. Start ordering your pumpkin spice lattes. Be safe and have fun. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Rodriguez.
Thank you. We've been fortunate to have some good monsoon rains. I've been battling weeds in my own yard, trying to keep those at bay, but our parks look amazing, namely Tompkins Park. I walk Tompkins Park about 3 times a week. It looks amazing. So shout out to all the people that work on that park. Please pass them my regards because they always see them out there doing a great job as well. I talked to Ryan and George at the airport. It's good to see them. Ryan's the new guy. He's only been there since May. So I talked to them a little bit. There's no master plan map there, but I would like to have one there possible. We looked for one. I couldn't find one. So if we could just have one printed up there, it'd be nice so it's accessible. Congrats to the procurement team for their major award. It's for Geely, so be careful with that thing. All right. So congrats to your team. We got the reference, and you know. Yeah. The Boys and Girls Club is having their golf for kids, spelled F-O-R-E. Tomorrow at 7 a.m. at the Sierra Vista Golf Center. So if you want to go support them, watch people golf, support them, support our youth, support our Boys and Girls Club, go check them out tomorrow morning. Good Morning Sierra Vista is coming up September 9th, I believe, 7 a.m. I think I'm right. Right? And you correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure September 9th, 7 a.m. It's always good information that gets put out there at Good Morning Sierra Vista. Have a safe Labor Day, especially if you're traveling. My granddaughters Alina and Alicia are watching me on YouTube, so they're one of our 1,000 watchers. So I want to say, give a shout out to my grandbabies. Tata loves you guys. My stepdaughter turns 20 on Sunday, Maya. So happy birthday to her. And then finally, my wife just finished her master's program. So the last 2 years have been crazy for her. She's been, trying to support me where she can and doing all kinds of things. She's my campaign manager. She's my spouse. She's my everything. So after 2 years of this, I'm so proud of her. So she has her master's in special education with a deaf and hard of hearing emphasis. So shout out to her. And she's looking forward to spending more time now in the community and doing volunteering more, that she's a little bit more, has more free time. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Mayor Pro Tem.
Yeah, I want to congratulations to Nancy. I didn't realize she was doing that in 2 years. It's amazing. And she's incredible. I also want to congratulate the procurement team, and especially since even with all the changes there, they kept everything running, and I think Helen said they just turn out a lot of work, and they do. They never let any department down with what they need to do, and it's really impressive, especially because when I was a baby council member, the department wasn't running that well. Like, it was hard to find it's just, that's what, that's the difference it makes, having the right people in the right place that work hard. It's night and day, the difference. So I want to say I appreciate all their hard work. And you mentioned the parks, and I was just thinking the other day, when we were driving past Veterans, I was like, it's so beautiful now, it's all green, and it's because they're out there keeping it nice and neat, and the whole city is being taken care of by that team, and so
Our
yeah,
pumps
very
aren't
grateful.
failing this year.
Yeah,
so.
there's water. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Excellent. So Buena Girls Volleyball is playing tonight, Rincon University High School. So we want to send out a big support to them. Also, tomorrow night starts Friday Night Lights. Buena High School Fighting Colts are going to Cienega to whoop some butt. And also, Maria McCaw is online as well. She's with the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. She's covering council meetings. So her first project is Sierra Vista City Council. So Marie, do a good job. Only expecting an A. And I want to give it a shout out to Sierra Vista Police as well, the communications training, excellent training that we went through. And also Sierra Vista Fire Department had a funny little interaction with some older ladies that had called. They said they love calling the fire department to their house because they want to see the young bucks. Yeah. And actually, one got mad. I won't say her name over 2,000 people watching, but one got mad because two young ladies came, and she wanted the young bucks to come. Yeah, special request. So
Gotta fix that, Chief.
Dollar bills.
Yeah, Chief, you got to fix that, man.
Wow.
So the young bucks are doing great. So with that, we are dismissed.